Hello and welcome to You Still Have Time. We're your hosts. I'm Hope.
And I'm Harold.
And we'd like to welcome you to this episode that we're calling Too Low, Too Loud, Too Many Steps. And we could probably also add Too Small, Too Soft, and Too Complicated. We want to thank those of you who are returning listeners, and we want to welcome those of you who are new to the podcast. We hope you like what you hear and that you'll come back and join us again.
And before we get too far into this episode, I just want to say something that we've said on the earlier podcast, but I think it bears repeating. Our goal with this podcast is to create a community. We want you to feel like we're talking just to you, both of you, the two of you who are listening. And if you have any questions or you have any things that need to be you think should be added to our podcast, please write us. We will. We have an email address. You still have time podcast@gmail.com that you can contact us. You can leave us voicemail messages at speakpipe.com. But please be part of the community.
And those links are wherever you find your podcast. So wherever you listening to this podcast, you'll see those links to both SpeakPipe and to our website.
Right.
So let's get started. This started because Harold and I talk about these things all the time. I complain about certain things, and after you reach a certain age, you have the right to complain about certain things. So what we did was trying to get input from others. On my Facebook page, I posted a question that said, if you're 60 plus, what bothers you now that didn't 20 years ago? And then I said, I'll go first. Low seats. So we got a lot of comments from folks, and we've sort of wrote them all down and came up with our I can speak English. We came up with our top 10. Now, these aren't in any particular order, but since I said it on Facebook, I'll go first. Low seating. And I can also add too soft, low seating and all of that good stuff. And seating without arms to push yourself up. But I went to the theater and I had to go use the bathroom. So I go into the bathroom. Now, this is an old building on the Lower East Side. And honest to God, the toilet seat was 13 inches off the ground, maybe. It was like a kindergartner's toilet seat. And I had no intention of sitting on it anyway, but it was just so uncomfortable. And I just can't understand that. I actually thought about donating a toilet seat to the theater. But in any case, that's one of my biggest concerns.
Along with the low seating, I remember going to an event at the Armory. It was a showing, and there was no seats, so they were expecting people to sit on the floor. Really, obviously, they weren't targeting people of a certain age, because most of us could get down to the floor to sit, but getting back up would be the issue. So that's one of the.
You might be able to get down there. It would be a comedy show watching me sit on the floor.
So my issue is what they call child-proof packaging. I wear hearing aids, and if you know what hearing aid batteries are like, they're very small, and they come in this little package that up until very recently was very easy to get into. But because of a law, I guess maybe some child someplace on the planet Earth swallowed one of these batteries. They've made the packaging almost unopenable. Literally, you have to take a chainsaw to saw the ends of the packaging off to be able to get into it.
He's lying. He doesn't have a chainsaw, but I have seen him almost cut his finger off with a scissor.
Who the heck came up with this idea? I mean, and it goes beyond just these hearing aid batteries, just packaging in general. I have one of my buddies I was talking to the other day, and he said he uses a blunt knife or a dull knife to open everything. And I understand, because most of these things that they say are easy open are not easy open. You have to use knives and scissors. So that's one of my issues.
And that was absolutely the first comment that we got on my Facebook question. Medicine caps and packaging that is everybody proof. So it's not only older people who are having problems getting into this packaging. But I just wanted to go back to the low seating. This happens in hotel rooms as well. Very low toilet seats. You think I have an issue about this? It's just I shouldn't have to ask for an assistive room in a hotel because I don't need that. But a toilet seat at a normal height would be pleasurable. And when you go to a doctor's office, doctors, I know that low modern seating looks cool and all of that, but people can't get in and out of it. It's too low, it's too soft, and in many cases, you don't even have arms on the chairs or the couches to push yourself up. It's an issue.
I can figure that out.
I'm sorry. Some certain things just get me. But there are other issues, of course. And some of the other ones that we heard about were stairs. Now, I'm a hip replacement person, and I have one knee replaced. Yes, stairs, going upstairs, not as problematic for me as going downstairs. But any stairs without banisters or railings should be disallowed.
And if there's anyone listening to this podcast who's planning on any event, if you're targeting our community, tell us that there's no elevators. Because if the event is on the second floor or higher and there's no elevators, tell us that. Because chances are we're not going.
Well, it depends on how much we love the people who are doing it. But if we really love those people, they would know not to have their event in a place that doesn't have assistive equipment.
Have it so you can watch it virtually.
Right. So we're going down our top 10. I think we did the first three. Restaurants with loud music. That was a common complaint that I heard on Facebook. Yes, soft music in the background is nice, but music so loud that you can't hear each other speak is not enjoyable.
When we walk into a restaurant, if I'm having difficulty listening to the person telling me how long I have to wait, chances are I'm not going to wait.
Yeah, so restaurant tours, take heed. If you like to have older people come and spend their money in your restaurant, lower the volume just a tad. And then the next one, Harold and I both experienced this a couple of years ago. We went to a club, I guess you would call it, a music venue in Lower Manhattan, and went to see one of our favorite artists who we had seen at the Newport Jazz Festival, a singer by the name of Jose James. And we love Jose. And we were excited to be able to go see him in a smaller venue, and we went there and we're online. And I think, Harold, you overheard somebody saying something.
We're online outside because we get there early because that's what old people do. And we heard someone say something about no seating. So I didn't make much note of it because who the hell is going to have a concert with no seats?
Yeah, well, we found out differently when we went inside. So we go inside, and first of all, I think I don't know what it was billed. I don't want to make up stories, but we got there in plenty of time, and we found out that there were other people on the bill that were going to perform before Jose James came on. I don't think he came on until like 10.
Right, and we were there probably by like
8 o'clock.
8:30 or something like that.
And so we're in the bar area, which did have seats. And we walk into the room where the concert is going to be held, just to take a look around. And there were no seats. And I'm like, this is not possible. We're going to have to stand.
Not only do we have to stand and wait for the concert to begin, because I think there was at least 1 or 2 acts before he came on.
2.
And then we have to stand through his concerts. Oh, no, 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 no.
No. So I found an office and I spoke to the lovely young woman there and explained, first I asked a question to make sure that we were seeing the right thing. And she explained, no, they did not have seats. And so I said, we're not going to be able to stay. And she very kindly, they refunded our ticket price, which was lovely. But first of all, I don't know who came up with this idea of standing. That's really for 25-year-olds and below. Two, state it on your website or wherever you're selling your ticket so that people know in advance and you don't have to go through this.
Okay, another one on our list, along with the loud music, I guess, loud cars and loud car radios. Okay, we live about, I don't know, we're at least a mile away from the highway.
Yes.
And there are some car radios that we can hear a mile away.
If we don't hear the words, the actual music, we feel the vibration. You hear the bass.
You hear the bass. You hear the bass. Really? Okay. And the loud cars. Now, when I was a lot younger, I too would get these cars and change the mufflers so that it made it sound like you had a real expensive car. And supposedly, when you have a what they used to call flow-through mufflers, they enabled the car to pick up a couple of horsepower, so it made it seem like you were going a lot faster. But really, you've got a 4-cylinder car that makes all this noise, and the guy goes by you, and you catch him at the next light. Really? Stop it with the noisy cars. It's not a hot rod. It's still a 4-cylinder, whatever, Hyundai.
Do we sound like crotchety old people?
Get off my lawn.
I love it though, but really, these are things that
we didn't
think about it.
That's it. But it's not just us. A lot of these same issues came up with the feedback that we got from you.
Yeah, and it's not just older people, but you grow older and certain things annoy you. Number 7 on our list.
Okay, I call it the roulette style birthday entries. So you sign up for a new website or new something or other, and you put it in your birth date. Let me just put in my birth date. Don't let me have to spin like I'm in Las Vegas to get to the year I was born.
Yeah,
I'm just spinning and I'm like, when the hell am I going to get to my birthday?
If nothing else makes you feel old, that does, because you keep going and going and going, and like, my goodness, was I born in the 17th century? What happened? Just let me type in the numbers.
Yes, please.
Okay, that would be such a benefit. Now, the next one we heard from a lot of people, and this is not only older people, the younger people have heard the same complaint, and that's night driving. And I don't know if any of you have experienced it, but those headlights, I call them laser headlights, they almost blind you if you're driving. If you're on a highway, a 3-lane highway on each side, it's not so bothersome. But if you're on a 2-lane road, and these headlights are coming at you, they are positively, I don't know, it makes you fearful of driving at night. And then, of course, there are issues that occur.
Well, even
because
without
of your age.
Right, even without the headlights, I don't know if it's glaucoma. I don't know if it's exactly what some of the eye conditions that we start to experience as we get a little older. But your vision just becomes it's very difficult to focus once the sun goes down. So I understand why a lot of people of a certain age just decide, you know what, it's getting dark. I mean, you almost feel like a vampire. You're afraid of vampires, but it's getting dark. It's time to go home.
And then, we kind of touched on this when we talked about this standing concerts thing. Late starting events. Why do things need to start at 10 o'clock at night? 10 o'clock is our bedtime.
It's true. When I see something and it starts at 10, well, I'm not going. Or you see a party that's supposed to a party that's supposed to be for older people. It should be at an older person's time.
At an older person's time. It should start at like 6 and end at like 9.
Right. So we can get home before it's dark. because I don't have to drive in the night and I don't have to hear loud cars.
Oh boy. And then we heard a lot of these. We heard, we call it on the list faulty body parts, but knees, eyes, teeth,
Ears.
ears,
Right.
hands
That can't open jars anymore.
that can't open jars anymore. All of these things that become more exaggerated. I mean, you may have had issues with some of these things when you were younger, but they become even more exaggerated as you get older. And I don't know, just make it easier for all of us. For everybody. I think that would work for everyone. It doesn't have to be special packaging for older people. It should be universal packaging so that everyone, regardless of their age, can have an easier time of dealing with packaging or moving around or chewing food, whatever.
And for some of you younger people who are listening to this and laughing, your time will come.
Yes, keep living, as my father used to
Your
say.
time will come. You'll be thinking back on what this. That's what they were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Now we had some other issues that some are ours and some that we heard from other people. Fast and low talkers. Now we experience this a lot. Sometimes we go to restaurants and people are talking like this.
Right, especially when they come over to take your orders. And usually for me, the person will go through the list and I'll just say to Hope, what did they say?
And sometimes I've heard them, and sometimes we have to ask them to repeat it. Slow down. Okay, slow down. It saves time in the long run because then you don't have to repeat it. So if you articulate and slow the pace and speak at a tone that you can hear over the loud music playing in the restaurant, everything will be okay.
QR codes instead of menus. Okay, this is something that we're starting to find a lot often. We just went out this week and I was ordering a beer and this was a tap house, so they had a large selection. So what are some of the beers on tap? Oh, it's on the QR code. Okay, well, where's the QR code? Oh, I'll have to get it for you. Well, if you knew it was a QR code, why didn't you have it on the table already? I mean, that's a pain in the butt as it is because I got to get my phone out. I got to find my scanner and hopefully it works. And then I got to scan the thing. And then, come on. Just give me a piece. Go. Am I going?
Just have a menu.
Yeah, just have a menu.
Just have a menu.
Just have a paper menu. You could have a couple of paper menus. It's not going to be that hard. If you're young and you like to be able to use your QR code scanner, fine. But if not, just have a paper menu.
We also heard about condescending attitudes. Yes, we're older and we look older, but don't assume that we're helpless. I know, Harold, you've had this at the checkout. The self-checkout.
You go to the self-checkout, and in our store, the self-checkout machines usually don't work properly. It's almost a given that something's going to go wrong. And there was this one young lady she's younger than me, but most people are. And she starts to walk over towards my machine, and I look at her, and she recognized, maybe I don't want to go over there. Because it wasn't as if I didn't understand. It was just damn machine wasn't working properly. So don't come over here like, you're an old timer. Oh, yeah, I can help you. I understand what they mean by condescending attitudes because people talk down to us like, oh, can I help you? No, just make sure the machine works.
And someone we know related an incident where he was in a supermarket with an actual list. And some young people saw him in the supermarket with his shopping list. And, they thought he didn't notice them, but he did. And they were making fun of him for having a shopping list on a piece of paper.
Right. Like, okay, so maybe we create shopping lists. Sometimes it's just easier.
Sometimes it's on my phone. Sometimes it's not.
You find it easier to write something down on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worthy of making fun of us.
No. So, these are some of the things that we have to deal with as older people. And then there are some things that people listed that are just things that everyone has to deal with. and someone wrote rude young people, rude people in general,
Right. Yeah.
greedy people, stupid people. Now, stupid people should be universal.
Yeah. I don't think. I mean, we didn't have tolerance for stupid people when we were young.
Well, I was afraid that maybe I was one of the stupid
Yeah,
people when I
no.
was younger. So,
Okay.
But hopefully you're not a stupid person older. Indecisiveness. We are older, so if you can't make up your mind, okay, wait.
Right. If you're at McDonald's and you've been there for 4,000 years, the menu hasn't changed. Just
Well, it
step aside.
changes sometimes.
It changes sometimes, but
The
if you're going to
prices
get
change.
you're going to get a burger.
Sorry.
You shouldn't have it take you that long. And don't order stuff at McDonald's that you know they don't have. Like don't order Brussels sprouts because they don't, and don't ask because they don't have them.
Yes, familiarize yourself. I have a habit of, if I'm going to a restaurant that I've never been to before, of looking it up online and looking at their menu online so I have an idea of what I want to have because, hey, time is precious. Time is really precious.
Especially for us.
Especially for us. But I don't know. These are some of the things that we heard of, and maybe you have other things that are bothersome to you as you age. Please share them with us.
Sure. Send it to us at you still have time podcast at gmail.com. Follow us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Absolutely, because we're going to have more fun episodes like this. And if you have ideas for other podcasts, send them to us. Because we're, this is not easy work here. We work hard to bring you these episodes. I mean, we do have fun doing them.
Yes, it may sound like we're not working hard, but no, we do. So you can follow us where you listen. You can leave us an email. You still have time podcast at gmail.com. You can leave us a voicemail message at SpeakPipe, which will have links to all of these methods of contacting us in our show notes. And I think that's it. Have I left anything out?
No, but we got really great news today.
Oh.
Our youngest grandchild, Miss Zara Grace, is on the Times Square billboard.
I guess that's
a video billboard.
Yeah.
In Times Square on the video. So if any of you are listening to this and go through Times Square, it's from the National Down Syndrome Society, and Zara was chosen as one of the images that they use in their promotion, and we were just screaming with joy.
Yes.
Anyway, congratulations, Zara Grace. I always knew you were a model.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, and come back and listen to us next time. We're hoping to have an interesting episode for you. And always remember,
You still have time.
see you soon.
Bye-bye.